During last video lecture, we discussed about the molar heat capacity at constant pressure, that is Cp, and molar heat capacity at constant volume. Now next point is thermochemistry. This thermochemistry is a branch of physical chemistry which deals with the study of thermal or heat energy changes caused by chemical reactions. And you know that the energy changes in a chemical reaction are due to the breaking of old bonds and the formation of new bonds during the chemical reaction. During chemical reaction, reactants are converted into products, and the old bonds in reactants, these are broken and new bonds in product are formed. And during bond breaking process, energy is required, and at the time of formation of bond, energy is evolved. So there is a loss and gain of energy. And in thermochemistry, there is a study of energy evolved or energy absorbed during the chemical reaction. And this evolution or absorption of energy, it is expressed in different terms. The first term is heat of reaction. What do you mean by heat of reaction? Heat of reaction means the amount of heat evolved or absorbed in a chemical reaction when the number of moles of reactants as represented by chemical equation have completely reacted. It is called as heat of reaction. Now consider the example. Suppose carbon monoxide, it reacts with oxygen and there is a formation of 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Now during this chemical change, whenever carbon monoxide combined with oxygen and forms carbon dioxide, there is an evolution of 248.5 kilojoule of energy. This is the heat of reaction. So during this reaction, 248.5 kilojoule heat is evolved, and this is the heat of reaction. So definition of heat of reaction is important. The amount of heat evolved or absorbed in a chemical reaction when number of moles of the reactants as represented by chemical equation have completely reacted to form products. It is called as heat of reaction. Actually, sometime heat is evolved, in some cases heat is absorbed. When there is a evolution of heat, reaction is exothermic, and when there is an absorption of heat, reaction is endothermic. Now heat of reaction, it is the difference between enthalpy of product and enthalpy of reactant, and therefore heat of reaction, it is equal to heat content of products minus heat content of reactants, or heat of reaction represented by delta H, it is equal to sum of enthalpies of products minus sum of enthalpies of reactants. Now consider the general chemical reaction. A moles of A reacts with B moles of B gives C moles of C and D moles of D. Here capital A, B, C, D, capital A and B, these are the reactants, capital C and D, these are the products, and small a, b, c, d, these are the coefficients, that is number of moles of respective reactants and products. Now for this general chemical reaction, heat of reaction, it is equal to C into enthalpy of C plus T into enthalpy of D. So this is the sum of enthalpies of products minus A into enthalpy of A plus B into enthalpy of B. This is the sum of enthalpies of reactants. So this is the heat of reaction for this general reaction. Now there are two possibilities. When sum of enthalpy of product is less than the sum of enthalpy of reactant, there must be evolution of energy at the time of such a reaction, and this reaction is exothermic. Whereas another possibility is when sum of enthalpy of product is greater than the sum of enthalpy of reactant, then during such a reaction there must be absorption of heat or energy, and this type of reaction is called endothermic reaction, endothermic chemical reaction. And this is about the heat of reaction. Now what do you mean by standard enthalpy of reaction or standard heat of reaction? Its symbol is delta H 0. The enthalpy change accompanying a reaction when all the substances involved in their standard states is called standard enthalpy of reaction. Now what do you mean by standard states? The standard states are 1 atmospheric pressure, it is a standard state, or it is equal to 1 bar or 10 to the power 5 Pascal, 10 to 5 Pascal. So 1 atmospheric pressure, it is the standard state, or temperature equal to 298 Kelvin, this is also standard state, or concentration equal to 1 molar, it is also a standard state. All the pure substances like pure sodium, pure gold, pure hydrogen gas or pure oxygen, these are called as standard or elements in standard states. These are called as elements in standard states. Now here important thing is, what do you mean by standard enthalpy of reaction? The enthalpy change accompanying a chemical reaction when all the substances involved in their standard states, then that enthalpy change, it is called as standard enthalpy of reaction. A simple meaning of this is, when chemical reaction is carried out at 1 atmospheric pressure, 298 Kelvin, and concentrations involved in that particular reaction are equal to 1 molar, and during such a reaction whatever heat is evolved or absorbed, that is called as standard enthalpy of reaction or standard heat of reaction. Now heat of reaction depends upon temperature. It depends upon temperature, and the variation of heat of reaction with temperature, it is explained on the basis of Kirchhoff's equation. Now consider the general chemical reaction where reactants are converted into products. Here H1, it is the enthalpy of reactants, and H2, it is the enthalpy of products. Now suppose pressure is constant, and at a constant pressure the heat of reaction delta H or change in heat of reaction, that is delta H, it is given by delta H is equal to H2 minus H1, enthalpy of product minus enthalpy of reactant. This is the heat of reaction, or we say that change in heat of reaction or enthalpy of reaction. So delta H is equal to delta H2 minus delta H1. So this is equation number 1. Of course H1 is the enthalpy of reactants and H2 is the enthalpy of products. Now differentiating this equation 1 with respect to temperature at a constant pressure, then we get d delta H by dt at a constant pressure, it is equal to differentiation of H2, that is dH2 upon dt at a constant pressure minus dH1 upon dt at a constant pressure. So this is the differentiation equation of the equation number 1. But we know that heat capacity at constant pressure, that is Cp, it is the ratio of rate of change of enthalpy to that of temperature. So Cp is equal to dH by dt at a constant pressure, and therefore dH2 by dt, this term it will be Cp2, and dH1 by dt, this term it will be Cp1, and therefore we get d delta H, that is equation number 2 becomes d delta H by dt at a constant pressure. So this left side term, it is the same. It is equal to, now as I said, dH2 by dt, it is a Cp2. So it is equal to Cp2 minus Cp1. dH1 by dt, it is equal to Cp1. Now Cp2 minus Cp1, this is the delta Cp, and therefore d delta H by dt at a constant pressure, it is equal to delta Cp. Now by rearranging the terms, we get d delta H, it is equal to delta Cp into dt. So this is equation number 3. Equation number 3. d delta H, this is equal to delta Cp into dt. Now in order to get a practical importance, this equation 3, it is integrated between the temperature T1 to T2. So integrate the equation number 3 between the temperature T1 to T2, then we get integration of d delta H, limit is delta H1 to delta H2, this is equal to integration of delta Cp into dt. Initial temperature is T1, so limit is T1 to T2. So integration of this left side term, it gives delta H2 minus delta H1. So we get delta H2 minus delta H1, that is equal to integration of delta Cp into dt. Now delta Cp, this is the constant. This is the constant. And therefore, after integration of this right side term, we get delta H2 minus delta H1, this is equal to delta Cp. As delta Cp is constant, this term will remain as it is, and integration of this dt between the limits T1 to T2, it gives T2 minus T1. So this is the Kirchhoff's equation. Kirchhoff's equation, where T1 is the initial temperature, T2 is final temperature, delta Cp, it is the difference in heat capacity at a constant pressure for products and reactants. Delta H1, it is the enthalpy change for the initial state or reactants, and delta H2, it is the enthalpy change for the final state or products. So this is for constant pressure. Similarly, at a constant volume, we can write the Kirchhoff's equation like this: delta U2 minus delta U1, this is equal to delta Cv into T2 minus T1. Here delta U2 means change in internal energy for the products. Delta U1, this is the change in internal energy for the reactants. Delta Cv, it is the change in heat capacity at constant volume of products and reactants, and T1 and T2 are the initial and final temperatures. And these two equations, that is equation number 4 and equation number 5, these are the Kirchhoff's equation. So equation number 4, it is at a constant pressure, and equation number 5, this is the Kirchhoff's equation at a constant volume, and this gives the relation between enthalpy change and temperature. So change in enthalpy, that is delta H, it depends upon temperature, that is T1 and T2. So this is the Kirchhoff's equation. Equation number 4 and 5, these are the Kirchhoff's equations.